A no commentary version of this run can be found in the pinned comment in the comments section below. Hello everyone. This is a no damage S rank playthrough of Resident Evil 3 Remake on Inferno difficulty. No bonus items are used in this run.
This pandemic has spread faster than any disease in modern history.
Angry mobs roam the city, burning buildings.
Authorities are bracing for more rioting tonight.
He was knocked unconscious. He had severe
A citywide emergency has been declared.
The CDC has quarantined the lower Midwestern region of the U.S.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation for Umbrella. It's this foundation that will continue to build a brighter future for all of us.
So this is more or less the same run as last time, albeit fewer saves. I have no intentions of doing this without saves because Inferno difficulty is a piece of shit, so I'm pretty much done.
Gets worse every night.
Maybe should have done a 100% run as well, but whatever. That'll come with the hardcore run.
Who could that be? Hello?
Jill, are you okay?
Brad, is that you?
Listen, you gotta get out of there.
What are you talking about?
I don't have time to explain. You gotta get out of there right now.
All right, let me grab my... What the hell is that thing?
So the only autosave of this difficulty is right here.
What the hell?
I guess I'll talk a little bit about the differences in Inferno mode. By the way, I'm not doing a Nightmare mode run. There's no reason to. I'll explain later. Inferno mode is basically Nightmare mode, except there's fewer bullets, there's a lot more BS, I guess, and there's no autosaves. That being said, literally any of these strategies can be used in a Nightmare mode run if you're still trying to complete Nightmare mode.
Jill? Over here!
Brad!
You okay?
What was that thing?
Damned if I know. But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town. You and me. I'm not sticking around. Just look around you. The longer we wait, the more screwed we are.
How'd this all happen so fast?
I don't know. One fucked up thing always leads to another. It's like Arclay on steroids. I am a fit.
Hey! Hey, wait! Down here! God damn it!
I gotta be dreaming. How could this many people be infected? Brad! Here they come!
In here!
There's so many.
Strafe left here, be quick. The zombies will aggro from further away and they will kill you.
Door behind you, go!
Don't think about it. We're gonna make a run for it.
Come on, Jill. We know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Are we still a team?
Always.
Then do me a favor. Don't fuck up like I do. Go!
I'm sorry, Brad. Sorry.
The requirements for S-Rank on Inferno, by the way, are sub 2 hours and under 5 saves. The requirements are the same on Nightmare.
Down there! Get to the parking garage roof!
Parking garage. Got it. Sir, are you all right?
Stay back! Don't come any closer!
Hey, come on. There's a helicopter waiting to take you to safety.
What safety? I'm not going out there!
The parking garage isn't far. I can
The
take
only safe place is in here!
order to get around this guy, we're just gonna go wide and probably do a couple of perfect dodges to get around him. You can lure him back and shoot him until he stuns and then run past him. It's probably a lot easier to get around him that way.
Damn it! It's my turn, bitch!
Hey, easy, lady. I got you.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Name's Carlos, and I'm saving you. Come on, let's get you someplace safe. I think we're in the clear.
Hope so.
We've been bringing survivors here.
Here where?
My guys have converted some subway cars into a shelter. It's safe.
I'm fine.
Personal space. Okay, I get it. Let's go. Oh, come on. Who's the dipshit that closed this? Sorry, we're gonna have to go around.
Hey, what do you know about that monster?
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it. But it's no zombie. It knows what it wants and won't stop till it gets it. Don't you like that in a man?
No thanks. He's all yours.
Listen, I promise you're in good hands. I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. UBCS for short.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are the ones who caused all of this!
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? Look, you don't have to trust me, but I'm going to the shelter. You coming? Come on, it's this way. Hey, Captain. This fine young lady could use our help.
Carlos, you didn't even think to ask fine young lady her name? She is an elite operative of RPD, Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Her name is something Valentine.
It's Jill.
Nice to meet you, Jill. I am UBCS Platoon Leader Mikhail Viktor. My team was sent here to rescue civilians.
Right. How's that going for you?
The city is completely cut off, isolated. Most of the 100,000 civilians will wind up dead. Correction, undead. My platoon has suffered serious losses. Just keeping them alive is more than I can manage.
Well, you can thank your corporate overlords for that.
Yes. Well, we are doing all we can. If we can get this subway train moving, we can evacuate some survivors. But we need help. My men cannot do this alone.
All right. I'm in. But I am on their side, not yours.
Oh, hey. It's cool. We all want the same thing.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, Super Cop. Here you go. We can use this to stay in contact.
I know what a radio is.
Head up the street. You'll find supplies there.
All right.
Jill? It's me again. You topside yet?
Working on it. So what's the plan?
The old tanks got me clearing the tracks. You mind getting the subway infrastructure back online?
And how do I do that?
Let's start by restoring power. I'll navigate you to the substation once you hit the main road.
Copy that. Let's do this fast.
We get the Magnum in the side pack right off the bat. Also throwing away health items because I can.
More survivors. We've got to get that train moving.
So I do things a little differently here. Actually, I lied when I said this was the same run. We're going to bait this guy around and just make sure we don't miss any shots to start. After he goes down, we're going to stab him in the head a few times, and he reached out while he was dying. As they do whenever they've been on the ground. They sort of like fake their death a little bit. There's going to be 5 zombies in this alleyway here, and we're going to lure them out into this wider area. So going in actually causes them to turn back towards their spawn points. Basically, whenever a zombie lunges, you know, like, bleh, like that's pretty much exactly the time to dodge. If you're like going head on.
Carlos, I've reached the main avenue. Which way do I go?
See a big transmission tower? That's the substation. You'll have to circle around through an alley to your right to get there.
You mean the alley that's on fire?
Maybe. Surely a tall drink of water like yourself can put out a few flames.
Fuck you.
As long as we take wide angles and try not to aggro anyone. we can actually get around them. But doing things the way that I'm doing it now basically means I get to save the flash grenade for later. With the red dot sight, the pistol now has 100% accuracy. And a few focus shots are enough to bring her down. When that's done, we're just going to keep stabbing in the face. Pop out here and down this guy. And I actually got really lucky and this guy didn't aggro towards me, so I took advantage of the situation. Otherwise, we would have lured him up the stairs and gone back through the door in order to make him turn back around because his tether point is this room, and if you leave the room, then he'll move back to his spawn point. Move past Mr. Safety over here. Get the other high-grade gunpowder. Whenever this guy pops out, we're just going to pop him in the head, then run all the way back to this body. Unfortunately, I missed that shot whenever he came around the corner. I was trying to nail him, but I guess he shambled a little too quickly. This is probably about as unlucky as this section gets, so the only way to really deal with this situation is to try to take out that zombie over there, and we're going to move backwards and hope that that zombie is able to expose the back of its head, but we gotta manipulate it quite a bit in order to do it. And I don't know, the zombies in this game probably have like owl DNA or something, and they just keep spinning their heads in awkward positions, especially when there's like parasites on them. About the only option there is to get lucky and hope that the back of the parasite's head is facing you so that you can put it down. Used way too many Magnum bullets though. clearing off this catwalk over here so that we don't have to dodge around zombies so much.
There. Is someone in here? Your UBCS?
Yeah, careful, careful. Come on, don't look at me like that, all right? I'm not an infected. No, wait, please!
What the fuck?
He was infected.
He might have been infected.
Oh, stars, this soft. No wonder so many of you dead.
And what are you, UBCS? Killing your own people?
He would have turned. There's your sense of self-preservation. Go back to the subway station. We don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
So now we're going to go back and grab the shotgun before we proceed any further. I need to get the shotgun in order to get around a couple of zombies in order to get the lockpick. So that's why I ran that way. To grab the bolt cutters first. We can stand out here. The tether point is right over here, so we can just keep shooting that guy in the head while we're standing in the doorway. He won't aggro, he won't come towards us or nothing. So I've sort of been halfway considering maybe not mixing so many Magnum rounds if I were to come back and do something else Inferno in the future. I wound up with like 8 Magnum rounds at the end of this run. Well, maybe I could still use these Magnum rounds, but don't really have to worry about being as conservative with Magnum rounds as I have been. So you're probably wondering why I'm raising my weapon and lowering my weapon over and over again. And that is because doing that on stairs allows you to move faster up and down the stairs. It's very, very slight. I realize how annoying it is, but I don't care. I just do it without thinking. But basically, Jill lunges off of her back foot. And it's only like, I don't know, like 0.1 second of time loss every time you raise the knife, but it's like 0.2 seconds of gain every time. But again, that doesn't matter. Let's just say that it helps in some enemy encounters to be able to stair skate up and down stairs, because it gives you like a few extra inches. Even though ideally I would like to not be in that situation. So coming out here, gonna grab these handgun bullets, and then we're going to round this corner over here. There's gonna be a couple of dogs. Stand by this pallet, and whenever the dog's about to attack, we're going to pop the generator, and then we're gonna finish the dog behind, like the second dog, and then finish the first dog off with a knife because he's close enough and we have enough time to be able to stab him to death. These zombies don't have very much HP. So, like, 3 focus shots will kill them. We can run behind this first zombie over here. That other female zombie around the corner was going to lunge at us, so that's why I shot her. Then I kneecapped the third zombie. Now we're going to run over out back here to get the lockpick.
Smells like... Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
Quick handgun shot on that box over there. See if there's any more handgun bullets. Can always use those against drain demos.
Oh my god.
Of course I messed up. I was supposed to go to the box before this. For now, just going to put away the gunpowder in those grenades, apparently. Could have put away a lot more. Still need that green herb because force damage. The parasites damage you at 15 damage per second. Jill has like about 1200 HP or something like that, but you know, you just use the green herb immediately just to purge the parasites. I don't know, this whole sequence is dumb.
Get it out! Out! Fucking gross.
So now that we got the lockpick, we're going to backtrack and we're going to get every item that we missed so far. There were some handgun bullets and regular gunpowder in there. I mixed my regular gunpowders together and my high-grade gunpowders together. There's no need to really mix shotgun shells. I mean, it'll help though. You get like 4 extra shotgun shells every time. I guess that is to say it is up to the player's discretion whether they want to mix shotgun shells or magnum rounds, but because of certain enemies that absolutely need the old Kapowie, I just recommend straight up mixing magnum rounds. Personally, I just hate tentacle zombies. Taking the catwalk back means that we don't have to deal with dodging a shit ton of zombies. The zombie positions have also shifted after the cutscene with Nikolai and Murphy. I like to go in here in order to get the extra shotgun shells from this case over here. But yeah, I mean, I guess in some cases it's probably a little more efficient to be mixing handgun and to be mixing some shotgun shells with the enhanced gunpowders. Probably like a lot earlier, it's better to mix those because like 2 high-grade gunpowders will only yield 2 magnum bullets on Inferno. So I don't know, maybe it is better to just straight up mix shotgun shells. Suppose we'll keep that in mind for the future. Of course, my inventory was choked out. I should have put away the Magnum. I used my handgun to finish him off because if I used the shotgun, then I would have blown up the barrel. Also, absolutely need to decapitate this guy. I always kept saying decapitate that zombie, and I finally did. Future Carcy finally learned from past Carcy's mistakes. We're gonna put away virtually everything now. Except apparently not virtually everything. Really, I should have just put away the Magnum and anything Magnum related. So after grabbing the fancy box, we can use the shotgun here to down these guys. There's going to be some handgun bullets over here. Now we're going to make our way back to the main street. There's a couple more doors to unlock. Fortunately, Mr. Safety decided to move towards the car. The most likely zombie to lunge at you is the balding zombie in gray over here. The aggro range on Inferno is ridiculous. I don't like it at all. But it kind of forces you to use the perfect dodge, I guess. Once we get in here, there's going to be 2 more Magnum rounds. It's probably not even necessary to really open these doors on Inferno. Because the fancy boxes are elsewhere, but can't go wrong with more gunpowder. So trying to set up for the next segment over here, because we're going to be fighting Nemesis a lot, as well as taking out the Drain Demos. But that's pretty much it for the first segment. So for the second segment, we want to carry with us Magnum, 3 grenades, handgun, and shotgun and shells. We mostly need the handgun and the shotgun for dealing with all the peon enemies for the most part. We're going to pop that first gen in order to kill that guy. And then the second guy is going to be around the corner, so we're going to shoot him down. I'm not sure I've actually done this strategy in the previous video, but I decided to run this route instead because the way the Drain Demos work here is in the first, whenever you're pulling the first lever, there's only 3 of them. And for the second and third levers, there's going to be a maximum of 5 that spawn. If you shoot Drain Demos and you stare at them, and they're like about midway away, then there's about a 50% chance that they will turn and run. And that means like all of them. So you can use that to your advantage while setting up and trying to advance a little bit. But every time you pull the lever, then they all respawn pretty much instantaneously. Or at least several more spawn in like static positions, and the others are just recycled and become random access bad guys pretty much. But you can see that basically I'm just like trying to pop the generators every chance I get. If I don't pop any generators yet, then I wait for them to come back on. Reason being, if I do that, then there's a chance that I can pop them around the corner, get rid of them. More handgun bullets in this barrel over here. So on the way back, we're going to chill out here in this area. There's obviously a butthole to the left, so we got to be careful. But in general, we can use this area to relegate the positions where all the Drain Demos are going to come from, because they can only come from the ceiling in this area. And if there's too many, then we can like fall back to the ladder and wait for them to get on the ground, because they can't be on the ceiling when you're next to the ladder. And when these guys pop out, there's going to be a maximum of 7 Drain Demos. The reason why I wait and pull this lever for last is because this way all the Drain Demos will spawn closer to that last lever, and then we can run all the way back this way. Some of them will migrate towards this direction, but by using this angle to exit the area, they will be lined up, and I have a better idea of the angles at which they can attack from. Whenever the junction into that next hallway is there, I just like dodge twice, and then I dodge to the right a third time. And then I look to the left with the shotgun, pop around the corner if there's some that are too close.
Enjoy that.
So, it's a pretty complicated section. Not really a fan of the Drain Demos area.
Carlos, it's Jill. I've restored power to the subway.
Nice going. Next up is the traffic control system. It should be in the subway company's offices.
Right. I think I know the building.
Really? Way to go, partner. One step ahead.
Not your partner.
Deal with this next area coming up. Nemesis is going to pop out. And the only way that I've found particularly consistently to deal with this, short of like actually using the Magnum to down him here, is just pop a shotgun shell and make sure that it connects and hits both. Then we're going to turn the camera back, and Nemesis is going to get stuck on those other 2 zombies while they're still up, if there's any still awake. And we're just going to pop him with the generator and just use leg shots and a headshot in these next 2 zombies over here.
It's after
station.
Not until I get traffic control online.
It's not 100% consistent. Sometimes Nemesis will jump in front of you, but to my understanding, you can also look down, and Nemesis will never jump in front of you. I ran over to, like, the marker that I use to spawn Nemesis over there is a green bottle on the ground. That's about when I turn around. So when Nemesis tries to pop open the gate, we're going to toss a grenade, and that brings him down to 33% HP. Then we're going to wait for Mr. Safety over here to walk up, and we're going to use this third grenade to down him over here. I use the grenades here so that I can get the extended magazine, as well as down him over here so that I don't have to deal with any nasty surprises while I'm on my way to the Kite Bros Railway office. But basically using that gate over there just allows me to cheese him. And then we have like 30 seconds to make it here. At which point, you know, we can just shoot them down. Really, you know, you can use 2 shotgun shells. I tried to get away with using 1, but 2 is safe.
Now what?
Nice. Now you gotta plot out a route.
Okay, give me a second. All right, where are we headed?
The train is stopped at Redstone Street. We need to reach Fox Park Station. Can you program that in?
Hey, I'm Super Cop. Consider it done.
Valid route confirmed.
Carlos, it's me. I finished inputting the subway route.
Chill, you are amazing. Tough as nails, too. Hurry back to the station. We'll make sure the subway's ready to depart.
In order to get around this guy, I shoot him in the leg. Shooting the tentacle zombies in the leg will disable them pretty much immediately. But, you know, there's some situations where, like, we would be headed off by this guy at the top of the stairs that we absolutely don't want to rely on shooting them in the leg. So I just moved to that corner over there next to the door, because that actually triggers the zombies to move back to their tethers. It's like that corner, part of that corner is inside the railway office, so that way I can use that as an option to cheese the 2 zombies. Or cheese the 2 tentacle zombies, just use focus shots, pop them in the head from a range. Then we'll go up this way. By avoiding the cutscene, we are able to use this as an opportunity to lure Nemesis over to this gate. I've been saving that barrel for this very moment right here. But you know, I reckon I can actually use a few more Magnum rounds right over here. Whenever he tries to screech at us over here. Unfortunately, using the Magnum while he was screeching did not actually trigger his death animation, and he actually gained a little bit of armor there. So had to wait for him to come inside and shoot him. But normally it takes 3 Magnum rounds to take him down. One of those Magnum rounds has to be charged, like has to be a focus shot. And the reason why I took him down is because there's all these zombies over here, and I wanted to be able to comfortably get around them. So there's a little bit of a click. Like if you listen to the tentacle zombies really closely, there's like a there's like the chittering, and then there's a click, and then there's the attack. So the click is about when you want to have your thumb like on the dodge button and be ready to hit it. But it's like a good timing point for knowing when to actually dodge the tentacle zombies when using a perfect dodge. Unfortunately, perfect dodge is about the only consistent way that I've found to get around that particular tentacle zombie. I want to be able to open all of the items up over here, because I could use the extra side pack as well as the extra grenade. I don't know, as far as I'm aware, the tactical grip doesn't really do a whole lot with the shotgun. This last lockbox over here has shotgun shells.
Nice job, Super Cop. I'm impressed.
We back in business?
Yeah, mostly. But we need 30 to 40 minutes to finish maintenance. Nikolai, how are we doing?
The town's crawling with those freaks. No chance of fighting our way out of the city. Why is she here?
She's helping get the trains running again.
Bad time to start carrying dead weight, friend. She's unreliable. Can't pull the trigger when it counts.
Hey, take it easy.
She'll get you killed.
Sorry about that. Everyone's a little worked up. Oh, come on. Not again.
It's me he's after.
Hey.
I'll buy you some time.
Hey, wait! Wait, Joe! No! Damn it!
Come on, you creepy ass stalker. You want stars? I'll give you stars.
So you gotta listen really closely. It's like after the second step, I guess about the third step is when you want to be pressing the perfect dodge button. When you listen to Nemesis footsteps, I don't know. Dodging Nemesis here is a pain in the ass. I think it's a bit harder on hardcore though, because at least Nemesis runs at a consistent speed here. I think a lot of that has to do with Nemesis being so slow on hardcore. Anyway, supply case here has shotgun shells.
Not a chance. Carlos, do you copy? Carlos! Oh, shit. Oh, I need to find another way out.
More shells and handgun bullets in the walkers there. Gonna be doing a little bit of fancy footwork here. The route is different in the sewers compared to the previous run. So I actually used the knife to be able to perfect dodge and counter them, which will actually stun them for a really long time. I'm using this curve over here to bait out the actual lunge attack that can actually one-hit kill you. Because when he's recovering from that, that's exactly enough time to get around him. Then we can move over here, grab the grenade launcher. Putting away these handgun bullets, don't need them. And also these hand grenades. I'm not using any hand grenades on these guys. By saving the hand grenades, actually get to ration them out for use against Nemesis. So doing anything but using hand grenades against the Hunter Gammas is a good idea. So he's gonna pop his head out, you know. Then he's gonna do a secondary lunge attack, so it's like the first thing is like the intimidating thing, and then the second thing is like the thing that actually kills you. I think I actually get off a PD in this run, I'm not sure. But anyway. Gonna use the Magnum on these guys. Fuck using a grenade on them. I am going to equip the flame rounds and use a flame round on this guy over here, so that I can take my time and dodge this one, because both of these guys are actually about to despawn whenever I go to grab the battery pack. Mixing magnum rounds, or sorry, explosive rounds with these explosive powders. Taking the shotgun shells out of this case so we can consolidate space. Get that battery pack. Don't gotta throw nothing away. Take these shotgun shells. I could have actually probably done a perfect dodge here and been able to counter and get around him, but if I was able to get around him the regular way, it doesn't really matter too much. We're going to use flame rounds to disable this guy, because we're going to take stun whenever this guy jumps out of the sewage over there. It's just whenever we're getting pincer attacked, we pretty much are forced to use a flame round in order to be able to gain enough time to be able to counter the next one. So next up, that guy's popping out of the water over here. We're going to open the lock, head through here, grab this other battery pack, and we're going to wait for the hunter to go back into the sewage. If you come close enough, he'll pop his mandibles through the door. We would rather that not happen. And while he's jumping down there, we can actually we actually have just barely enough time to be able to make it past him. Got the side pack, got this extra explosive, got the high-grade gunpowder here. There's a lot of goodies in this room. I just wanted to show you what would happen if we got too close to the door. So now reloading that Magnum. We'll take the battery pack, and then we're going to move over this way in order to get him to jump out this way. So we're baiting him that way so that we have a clear running path to get to the ladder and be able to put the battery pack in. Yeah, we got to be careful about those doors because he can actually kill you in one hit. But now we're out of the sewers.
Carlos, can you hear me now?
Jill. Oh, thank God. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm alive. I lost him.
Great. The subway's ready to go. We'll leave as soon as you make it back.
Gotta shoot that guy in the head so we don't have to perfect dodge him.
It can use weapons?
Gotta grab that explosive A before we can't anymore. Man, it's really annoying when the zombies give you hugs after you decapitate them.
I gotta get out. Quick.
Because it just allows other enemies to just roll right up on you. Really, I should have just kneecapped him. I was starting to think that kneecapping the zombies is probably better. So before we go to fight Nemesis, we're going to take these last 3 hand grenades, the handgun bullets here, flash grenade as well. Well, I guess I'd take the flash grenade later. Just 1 magnum round is necessary for this fight. So here's what I do. Here's the current no damage strategy for Inferno, is we grab the shotgun shells first and then we go to grab the grenades while Nemesis is busy wasting his fuel. Then we're going to fire shots until he stumbles backwards. That's when he reaches his first HP wall of 95%. After that, we're going to throw a grenade and we're going to pull our handgun back out and then pop him 1, maybe 2 more times, at which point he will be down to 65% HP when his tank on his back explodes. Then we're going to pull out the grenades again, and we're going to wait for him to put his right foot forward very, very slowly. Then we're going to bank that grenade off of that there after we use the first grenade. And I usually like to finish this off with a shotgun, but the Magnum is probably a better choice, especially given that I have like a shit ton of Magnum rounds at the end. I played this really conservatively. Just lands some broken glass, shattered ribcage.
Carlos, it's Jill. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. You all right?
Yeah. Bastard's dead.
Good. Fuck him. What were you thinking? Turning yourself into bait. You could have been killed.
Don't start. I did what I had to.
I know. And thanks. The subway's ready to go. Hurry back.
So once we're over here, we don't even really need to go through all the trouble of killing all these guys. The only thing that I really need to worry about is this tentacle zombie over here. We're just going to do focus shots. The moderator actually increases crit chance. Now we can head down over here
and open up the chest and get some more enhanced gunpowder. Sorry, the high-grade gunpowder. I keep wanting to say enhanced because Resident Evil 3 Classic. But anyway. Gonna head up the stairs over here, and we're going to take the long way around. Under this ladder and past the ambulance, there's gonna be a gray zombie over here just bashing on the gate, and I got unlucky and that female zombie got in the way. I probably should have actually lured her over to the barrel and shot it so I wouldn't have to deal with her. The female tentacle zombie. Gonna take the semi-auto barrel, combine that with a shotgun. Actually, no, we're not.
Don't move! Shit, chill.
Kendo, you're all right.
Yeah, all right's a stretch. Sorry, I got a little jumpy there. Didn't know quite what to expect.
No shit. Look, we're using the subway to get people out of town. You in?
Subway. Well, that's good thinking.
When we get out, there's gonna be a lot to do. We could use a man of your skill set. What's wrong?
Nothing. Just bad timing is all. Yeah. Look, don't worry about me. I'm gonna make other arrangements, okay?
You better. You're the best gunsmith around.
Oh, no.
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, that's your job, right? Take care, Jill.
We're actually not going to combine the barrel just yet. Don't do that. I don't even know why I said that. We're also going to put away the grenade launcher and take the flash grenade. There's no need to hold on to the grenade launcher for this section. So we'll shoot that tentacle zombie in the face in order to stun him and get past him. Then this next guy we're just going to straight up kill. 3 shots. Then we'll combine the barrel while throwing away the key in order to get 6 shotgun shells. Then on that same menu, as I was supposed to, we're going to equip the flash grenade. This actually makes the chase section here a lot more tolerable because it stuns Nemesis in all the places where he would normally like rush up to you and punch you in the back.
Rocket launcher? Really?
So when the laser from the rocket launcher disappears, that's when we want to throw the flash grenade, because Nemesis is charging us at that point. Then we're going to shoot these 2 zombies in the leg with the shotgun, and this other tentacle zombie also going to shoot it in the leg.
Me too.
As long as we hug the cars, we don't got to worry about the rocket damaging us. But on the 3rd rocket is when you want to actually dodge. Rather start mashing the spacebar or the dodge button, whatever the dodge button is on controller.
By the way, there's no reason for me to ever do any of these on console. Because the strats can be done on console as well.
Jill, you there? I think I know how to slow that fucker down. Head back towards the station.
And lead him right to you?
It's okay. Trust me.
This is insane.
In order to get around this last encounter with Nemesis over here, we're going to stand in between this glass and this light post over here, and then we're going to listen for 2 steps. But Nemesis doesn't spawn, so we have to trigger him to spawn over here. Sometimes he spawns, sometimes he doesn't. Whenever you hear Nemesis stepping a second time, so it's just 2 steps from Nemesis, that's when you hit the generator. But you have about 3 steps of buffer before he actually hits you, so in between steps 2 and 3 is good. Before the 3rd step. Just make sure you keep the camera focused on him so he doesn't jump in front of you.
You okay? Go. Go!
Come on, forget about him!
Come on. Let's get out of here.
Carlos, I know we didn't get off to a great start. Thanks for the save.
Hey, you saved my ass first. You're a hell of a lot braver than me.
Well, what matters is that we can get everyone out of the city now.
Yeah. Hey, you'll be safe.
What about you?
From the sound of it, I won't be catching the train.
Why not?
No, there'll be new orders. If it means I can help save the city, it's fine by me.
Good work. Your reputation is well deserved. Get inside. The subway's about to leave. Carlos, Tyrell, you have your orders. You need to go back out into the city and find Nathaniel Bart.
This isn't the last ride out of town, right?
Do not worry. Once the civilians are safe, the train will be back.
It's all right, you're going ahead. I'm not gonna die on you, leave you in a cold, cruel, Carlosless world.
Okay.
You'll need to find this scientist. His vaccine research could save us all.
You see? You're learning. The only life that matters is your own.
Good luck. Let's go.
You don't really think a pencil pusher like Bart is still alive, do you?
I have it on good authority. Why? Are you worried about teammates? Or something else? Funny how brainless zombies can ambush a platoon like that. Funny the gate was locked. Don't you think?
What was that? How is this fucker not dead yet?
Just know they're gone. Come, this way.
Nikolai, what are you doing?
It's not after you.
Nikolai!
Get off my train. Shit, Barda!
Oh, it's been a while. Subway's got to be clear of the city by now.
Along with your hot date?
Nah, man, she's not like that. Hell, she's not like anybody.
All right, keep your head screwed on, Romeo. This is the police station.
You sure? 'Cause it looks like a cemetery to me.
Brad, stop!
T.
Come on, man. Not you too. Sorry. Sorry.
Shit, it's locked.
You stay on the door. I got this fucker. Come get some!
So while Tyrell is opening the door, we're going to go down the stairs and go into the room over here and grab Brad's ID card. And if with any luck, Brad should be standing in his neutral position. We are just outside his tether range, so we can just snipe him with a handgun over here. Now you're probably wondering, why not just dodge him? His aggro range comes from really, really far, and he can turn towards you while you're running around him. So that would leave you with only being able to use a perfect dodge to get around him, and the timing window for that is bullshit. So I would rather not take the risk and just keep shooting him in the head instead. It's going to raise our DA by quite a lot, though. Finish him off with a machine gun bullet.
Where'd that cop go?
Don't know, don't care. We got a job to do. If our intel's still... Let's find him and take him into custody.
Custody? I thought this was a rescue.
Carlos, take a look at this. I've located the STARS office. Remember, Bard had access to Umbrella's darkest secrets. He knows we'll try to keep him under our thumbs.
So this search and rescue mission is really more like find and detain. Right. Good to know.
I'll open the shutter so you can get through.
You stay here and find out what's been going on here at the station.
Call you if I find anything. Hey! Be careful.
Yeah. You too, man. Now here's a weird fucking door.
Leave it. We're here for Bard.
And this is the end of the second segment. So this segment is going to be leading up until about halfway through the hospital. Basically, the idea is to try to save the game before
any like particularly RNG sections.
What the hell was that thing? Here we go.
Got the scope from the box. Gonna keep shooting either in the legs or in the butt until he stuns. And then we equip the knife, and then I do 2 tackles, and I use, like I raise the knife in order to cancel out of that. Which is another thing that the stair skating has been handy for, is just teaching me the timing of how quickly I can raise and lower the knife. But basically, raising and lowering the knife after tackling allows me to recover a little bit faster. So all that annoying raising and lowering keeps me from getting bit in the back by that zombie. Gotta very carefully pay attention to these zombies so that we don't get crowded up on while we're trying to like shoot. So maybe about a clip and a half is probably enough. They're going to aim towards the center of the door here. So a little tip for shooting zombies like this is just use like 1 or 2 bullets just here and there until they stun, and then just like unload into their heads. Because it's like their heads will jump back, but their bodies won't. So it allows you to get off a lot more shots on the head, and it causes more damage. At this point, I'm just checking bodies. So, yeah, he's stunned. And it's like I was waiting for him to sort of halfway regain his balance before I started to shoot him anymore. Basically, it's just like as soon as you see like the first half of that stun animation, just like let it go. I'm using focus shots on these guys to kill them. We want all the zombies in this hallway to be dead. All of them. Next up. Grab these assault rifle rounds, handgun ammo. 9.15.7. Then we got the hip pouch. There's going to be some more assault rifle ammo. Just 5 bullets, but every bullet counts. He's facing at a weird angle, so whenever we stun him, it's not going to be totally on center. So I got to stagger my shots a little more in order to make sure I'm actually hitting them.
Kind of fucked up shooting cops.
By the way, you know how I mentioned there's no autosaves? There's also fewer typewriters in Inferno mode. And I think this is like one of the first areas where there's like no typewriter.
Carlos, the STARS office is up ahead.
Copy that.
Generally, Inferno mode will give you ammo instead of a typewriter, though, which is kind of nice. Except when it's just handgun ammo, then it's like, hey, fuck you, you're on your own, buddy. DCM is the code here, and it'll give us 20 assault rifle rounds. So just gaining back the assault rifle rounds we used on these zombies. Slightly lower quantity than what we spent. Once we get down here, we're going to start walking because there's going to be 2 lickers here. Gotta round this corner real tight. Just keep walking. Don't worry about it. Just keep walking and try not to touch. That's the trick. 104, 106, and 109 are the codes here. And we grabbed this battery apparently first. All right. But I usually like to take down that zombie and just grab the battery. If we grab the battery, then Brad will visit us again, trying to get him to bust down the door as quickly as possible so that we can run around these lockers and just run around him overall. Then we can slow up and start walking.
Carlos, I've hit a dead end with the terminal here. Gonna head your way.
Copy that.
CAP in order to get this other flash grenade here. Flash grenades are absolutely essential. For this entire playthrough. Next up, we're going to throw a grenade through this hole. And then we're just going to run around these guys and head towards the wall next to this pale head and then start mashing spacebar after his buddy pops in. And we're just going to sneak around this slicker and head towards the door. That whole section is a non-issue.
Dr. Bard.
Oh, thank God. Do you know how long I've been trying to reach somebody?
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of there. Just tell me where you are.
I'm trapped in a goddamn hospital, surrounded by every kind of abomination. Look, just send in stars. They're gonna know what to do.
No, negative. RPD's overrun too.
Then figure it out! Umbrella's gone crazy. They're killing all the researchers. I am the only one who knows how to make the vaccine to stop the zombies. So you can either sit there with your dick in your hand or send somebody who's capable of getting me the hell out of here.
I like him already.
Yeah, you would. You heard what he said. And we can't turn him over to the company.
That's not our call to make. That's Mikhail's call. I'm gonna check the computer, see if I can trace the doc's location. Find anything useful.
One more box of assault rifle ammo in the case over here.
Yeah, what's up? Derailed. Was anyone hurt?
Jill?
Ah, shit. Wait, what? Jill! Jill, what happened? Jill, come in! T, I gotta go.
Do what you gotta. I'll take care of Bard.
Am I the only one who made it?
Carlos? Come in. Carlos?
Damn it. I guess I'm out of range.
Take these mine rounds. Then we go into the box. We're going to drop the Magnum and take the grenade launcher with us. We're saving all of our grenade rounds for the end of the game. I should have probably popped those back in the item box as well. Now we're going to climb these stairs over here. Don't got to worry about attacking anything. Flaming exploding zombie. Making fucking Nickelodeon sound effects. Great choice, Capcom.
We're still alive. I can't stay here.
Now we're headed up.
Bitch can't even swim. Carlos, respond.
Yeah, what's up?
We didn't make it. The train derailed.
Derailed? Was anyone hurt?
No, everybody's dead. Mikhail, everybody.
Ah, shit.
Nikolai left us to die.
Wait, what?
What the fuck? It's back!
Jill! Jill, what happened? Jill, come in!
So we got to make sure that we got the flame rounds equipped in the grenade launcher before all this. Because our first shot is going to be a flame round so that we can stun Nemesis. Basically the rule is, if Nemesis is not already on fire, then a flame round will stun him. Six shotgun shells, and then we're going to start luring him around the obelisk in the center over here, a statue, sorry. Shows you how little I pay attention to the environment. But we're just going to alternate between flame rounds and shotgun shells for this. And then after the third flame round, we're going to reduce his HP down to 70% with the handgun. And whenever he screams like that, he's down to 70% HP. Next, we're going to grab these mine rounds over here. We're going to equip the mine thrower. And we're going to plant a mine over here. Stand in the center over here. And then, boom.
I'm gonna kill you!
Got to make sure that we re-equip the flame rounds before we lay into him here. Somehow I missed and somehow I did not get hit. I have no idea why. I really wish I didn't miss that flame round, because that would have made that section a lot easier, but I still managed to pull through it. So, ideally you're supposed to put your flame rounds back in the grenade launcher and then switch to the shotgun right after you throw your mine thrower round. Because at that point, you know, you got downtime while waiting for Nemesis to hit the mine, so you might as well take advantage of it, right? So there, flame round is already ready already. 6 more shotgun shells. He's going to run around in a circle again. I'm switching weapons in order to cancel the abnormally long animation that it takes for Jill to actually put the grenades in the grenade launcher. I've dodged so many of the attacks from this guy that, yeah, I guess I do have the PD timing down pretty good for this. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP left at this point, like after the third dart, so we're just going to fire off one more flame round, get him down, but he's already charging around in a circle, so pop off our last mine round here. It should be enough to finish him off. maybe you should use shotgun shells. Don't do what I'm doing.
Right? Let's do this. Shock it!
Carlos, you still there? Come on, you're gonna crap out on me now? God damn it.
Gonna take the rest of our spoils here, the rest of these shotgun shells, and these other 2 boxes of mine thrower rounds here.
Interesting. You've done me a big favor, miss.
Jill! Hey, answer me. God damn it. Tyrell, do you copy?
What's going on?
Jill's been infected. I'm taking her to the hospital. Maybe Dr. Bard can save her.
All right, I'll meet you there.
You hang in there, Super Cop. I got you. Fight it, Jill. I'm gonna get you the vaccine. You're gonna be okay. I promise. Tyrell, where's Bard now?
Gotta be the lab in the back. Stay frosty, I'm on my way.
Copy. I'll go on ahead.
So coming here, we're gonna start walking.
I don't got time for this!
Then we're going to make our way towards Bard's office. Take the tape player. We're going to stay behind the tether and just snipe these guys with the assault rifle. I got lucky and I scored a crit on that one. Saved me a lot of ammo. I usually just use the handgun to finish these guys off. Before I move on, just we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots. 7 focus shots in order to finish off the zombie on the gurney, because that zombie will jump up. Man, I got really lucky with the crits on this one. Pretty good. Take the assault rifle ammo, and then we will jump out of this window over here. Take the tactical grip so the gun doesn't jump up as much or drift up as much whenever we sustain auto fire. Before we move on to encounter hunters, though, I'm going to run all the way back to the save point because it is very, very easy to take damage on the hunters. And of course, like an idiot, I just charged right into the room with the liquor, so we gotta wait about a few seconds for the liquor to return to its neutral position so that we can walk around it. Hopefully it doesn't randomly decide to aggro. It does that sometimes. And we're going to make our save right here. So part 4, starting from the middle of the hospital, going all the way up until Acid Nemesis. I decided to make my save in the middle of the hospital just to get around the hunters. There's not really many options for what you can do with hunters on Inferno unless you want to burn through a lot of ammo and put yourself at risk for getting hit a lot. After getting the key in the courtyard, the next thing that we have to do is get the key card, but upon getting the key card, we have to deal with hunters. We're going to avoid looking at the sky bridge. There is a hunter there, already active. I eliminate that zombie first, so that we can just run straight through here, heading towards the double doors before we trigger the hunter. There's a flash grenade in the locker, and then we can open this locker, grab the hospital ID card. That'll cause the zombies in this room to get up, and we just hug the left-hand side, stay far enough away so that the zombie to our right doesn't aggro. And the trick to this area over here is to just look up. For some reason, the hunter doesn't attack you if you just look up. Afterwards, we're going to make our way into the save room over here. By doing so, that will return the hunter that's down the hallway across the sky bridge to a neutral position. We're going to look left. We're going to check to see if he's moving, and he is moving. So we're going to hide around this corner over here. Hunters turn really slowly, so it takes them a while to turn around and catch up to us. Once we hit this door, we have to release all buttons altogether so that we can go back to walking. Unfortunately, holding the run button does not work on the PC version if you want to be able to have good control over your gun as well. because for some reason if you hold the run button, you can't hold the right mouse button in order to raise your gun like you could in Resident Evil 2 Remake. So the developers pretty much locked us down to only being able to use the toggle run scheme, which is actually quite bad for the control in this game. And probably my only real chief complaint with like the base controls of this game, but it's still a pretty bad one. We'll take out the pale head there, just unload Carlos's assault rifle into it, and then combine the extended mag. Then we're going to pop the door open here so that we aggro the hunters, then head back out into the hallway in order to de-aggro them. After that, we're going to go in here. By de-aggroing the first hunter, he's going to have his back turned whenever we open this door again. So we can toss this flash grenade and then take a wide circle around. Whenever you flash hunters, they always do like two slashes to like one side or another. Like if they always start slashing to their left side and then slashing to the right side. When we're in the middle of the room, before we go to grab the audio cassette, we toss another flash onto the bed in order to keep them stunned, because their stun can actually loop with the flash grenades. The problem is, if they get out of stun too early, then they are likely to just randomly gain iframes and just jump on beds. I don't know, for some reason, they just decided to make it so that hunters can be immune to your flash grenades, so that hunters can just be immune to like half the things you do. Hunters are really, really, really cheap enemies. Once these zombies crash out here, we're going to hit the female zombie as she clatters to the floor, and just go ahead and melt her. And these other 4 zombies over here are going to be alive, and we'll just take them one at a time once we hit the OR. Actually, it was 3 zombies, because we took care of Babs before. Wasn't handgun bullets that time, it was a red herb. So be sure to miss a couple of shots to lower your DA. I will explain why in a minute.
All I wanted to know was what the documents were doing in your office in the first place.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm goddamn Nathaniel Bard. I'm the best biologist you'll...
Bard. Tyrell. Bard's dead. He's been shot.
Shit. And the vaccine?
I'm looking.
Well, look harder. There's gotta be a computer, right?
This is VRC Chief Nathaniel Bard. September 29, 11 p.m. I am acutely aware that my time's running out. And I hope and pray, by making this recording and bringing the truth to light, that I can restore some small shred of honor to my name. All of Raccoon City's suffering began with the release of a biological weapon known as the T-virus. My employer, the Umbrella Corporation, engineered this virus, and they ordered my team to develop a vaccine, which we did. Now, I keep samples of this vaccine here in my office. The rest of it is stored underground. But those sons of bitches at the board, they want to destroy it. They don't want the world to know what they've done. So they're trying to erase all evidence that the virus ever existed. No, I'm not a fool. I know they don't want me to...
Jill knew all along. And she trusted me anyway. Fuck! Is it here? All right, Joe. Hang tight. T, I got it.
Good. I'm headed your way.
Be careful.
Careful. Have you seen this town? It'll be a fucking miracle if I get there in one piece.
Equip your flash grenades before you go through the door, and when the camera forces in the direction of the hunter crashing through the skylights, toss the grenade. By the time the hunter lands, the grenade will detonate and will freeze the hunter in place, giving us enough time to get over into the liquor hallway over here without having to worry about getting hit by the hunter. Because if you don't throw that flash grenade, the hunter is going to catch up to you.
You're gonna be okay, Joe. Shit better work. Tyrell, what the hell happened?
Attention all citizens. The contagion spreading throughout the city has been designated uncontainable. On October 1st, Raccoon City will be completely destroyed in a missile strike. All residents capable of rational thought are urged to evacuate immediately. This is not a test. Attention all citizens.
I mean, that's only a day away. There's still people in the city. You think Uncle Sam gives a shit? Fuck. Here they come. Oh, you sit tight. I got this. Better grab some gear.
I'm gonna try to lower the window shutters. The less entry points, the better.
And how do we do that?
I'll try hacking into the hospital security system. Keep them off me in the meantime.
Okay, now the fun shit.
So here's the deal with the siege segment. The reason why I said to miss shots is because there is a hidden difficulty scaling system, the DA system. Which I have mentioned in several other videos up to this point. So, the DA system, the better you do at the game, in other words, the more shots you nail and the fewer hits you take, the DA is going to go up to level 19, or a score of 19,000. Now, if your DA score is between 18,000 and 19,000, or I should say 18,999, then it will be at level 18. Level 19 is the max for Inferno. The higher your DA level, the lower the damage your shots are going to do. That is the game's way of getting harder. So, if you miss a couple of shots before the siege segment, like I said to do earlier, then we'll be at DA 18 instead of DA 19, as your DA value does not increase or decrease during the siege segment. So by missing a few shots, you'll have plenty of ammo, and you will also be able to kill the zombies in fewer shots, thus making it slightly safer. So the zombies here take about 10, 11 shots to kill, depending on where you hit them. But in general, I try to stand in this area, and whenever they pop their heads through the windows, or whenever they're walking towards the windows, I just unload about 10 or 11 bullets into them. In case you're wondering about DA for other difficulties, I guess I'll talk about it later. So once the lights go out, we gotta equip the hand grenade after killing all the other zombies here. We don't gotta worry about the hunter damaging us when it pops out the door, because that's just an animation. It's just meant to be big and menacing. So keep your back towards the door, let the hunter come in, and toss the grenade as soon as we see him, because he will be recovering, and the second he recovers, he will get nuked by the grenade. After the hunter comes through, then the zombies will have slightly more HP. Moving on. We have one more hunter to worry about, but from this second half onward, we also have the parasite zombies to worry about. The parasite zombies have the same amount of HP as every other zombie, and with the bonus caveat of them being able to take damage while the parasite is active. But you can actually like shoot, but in order to kill them, you have to actually like shoot the parasite at least once after they are low or out of HP. So when they're on the ground like that, I just unload into the parasite until I start to see the head melt. Otherwise, I just unload about 12 bullets into the rest of these guys. So when Tyrell says almost got it, we want to actually start to hover around this generator and the door over here. And we can be killing zombies here as well. Once we see the zombie, the female zombie with the blue shirt over here, that's basically a signal that the hunter is going to pop through the window. So because generators actually do not cause any harm to Carlos, in other words, they don't stun Carlos if he pops them during the siege segment, we can actually pop it and then throw a grenade to kill the hunter. No need to shoot heads because they all have very low HP to begin with, and shooting heads is just going to cause you to miss shots, especially when it doesn't matter if your DA is going to go up or down anyway. So once this section starts, you got to shoot the generator in order to freeze them in place, then put down the plastic explosive, then we're going to go in here, grab these 2 flash grenades and kill this other zombie. And once we see the zombies here start moving again, we can just toss flash grenades to keep them locked in place. If you kill zombies, then more zombies are going to take their place, and it's just going to be that much more of a problem. So just stay put and just keep freezing the zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Red light. This whole section is GG easy.
Carlos, you all right? Not even close. But at least it's over. I'm coming back.
Vaccine's the real deal.
Good.
You going somewhere?
You're damn right.
What do you think you're gonna do? Whole city's about to be microwaved.
Come on, man. Call the government. Tell them we found a cure. You stalled for time.
Ballsy motherfucker.
Jill. Thank God you're okay. I've got good news. It's over now. The city's safe. Jill. It's the only way.
Where am I? What's going on? Oh.
Attention all citizens. The missile strike on Raccoon City will occur in just hours. The payload is designed to eradicate all biological material. You will not survive if you remain in the city.
October 1st.
Evacuate now. Repeat.
No.
Evacuate now.
Can't be.
This is not a test.
Unfortunately, the recording in this playthrough was subject to a bug, where if you get to the warehouse before Nest 2,
then for some reason the music doesn't play whenever you reload a file, so too bad, because this track is slapping.
Morning, sunshine.
You saved my life.
I sure as shit didn't. That was all Carlos. He carried you here and he treated you himself, crazy bastard.
Where is he?
He went underground. Bard stockpiled the vaccine, enough to give the city some hope.
He thinks he can do this by himself. I'm going after him.
Wait, did you see the broadcast? They're gonna blow the city sky high. I'm trying to get a hold of someone, anyone with the clearance to stop it. Leave this mess to him. He's a professional.
So am I.
Right. Guess I'm not talking you out of this. The storage facility is underground, beneath this hospital. I've lost contact with Carlos. So expect trouble.
So as per usual, walk by the liquor. I dropped most of my grenades into the box, except for the mine darts. Pick up this explosive B so that we can make some more acid rounds later. So swapping in mine thrower rounds, we're going to pop the hunter twice, and then we're going to go into this area that the zombies were in earlier so that we can de-aggro the hunter and force him to stare at the wall. Because this game has some pretty amazing AI. For the record, this music bug actually happens on both PS4 and PC. Actually, about 2 mine darts and a single shotgun shell is good enough here. But we still gotta get all the shotgun shells here. These zombies resurrect for some reason. So, really all we're trying to get for this segment is just as many Magnum rounds as we can get a hold of. We got about 10 that we can grab. You could get 12 if you get an additional high-grade gunpowder in the sick room, but I personally would not recommend it because of the amount of ammo that you need to spend in order to get through the zombies and the liquor next to the safe room to the right. It's a hassle. It's actually not worth the ammo that you have to spend in order to get it safely. In the case where the Magnum would be, we get an additional 2 Magnum rounds. So there's like 4 in the one case, 4 in the locker, and 2 in the case downstairs. And then there's going to be the other grenade rounds that are in that locker over there, and the shotgun shells. And once we have all those, we are free to go into the warehouse in Nest 2. I just went over here to check this one more time because I usually leave that box for last whenever I play a no-box playthrough. I just wanted to make sure that I got those.
So when we go through the door here, there's going to be another palehead. It's absolutely not worth spending the ammo on this guy, so we're just going to lure him back in through this way. Trying to stand a little closer so that he gets through here faster. I just don't like waiting. When that's done, we're going to go in through this door over here. To make our way down to the warehouse. There's no need to grab that gunpowder there because the only thing that we'd be mixing at this point is handgun bullets anyway. Although because I skipped the one high-grade gunpowder, it probably would have been worth it to carry an additional regular gunpowder to be able to mix some more shotgun shells for the acid Nemesis fight.
How is it no one in the hospital ever noticed all this?
You'll notice before that I also picked up the burst handgun, specifically for breaking open boxes and for fighting acid Nemesis. Another hip pouch over here. Before we move on, gonna open the box, put away the lockpick. We don't need that anymore. We'll take the high grade and the magnum rounds here. I'll strafe over here, and then we're going to use a focus shot on this palehead over here before he gets up.
I must admit, I respect your tenacity, but I'm afraid our games end here.
You think this is over?
So here's what I'm going to do next. Once I go up this elevator, I'm not going to pick up the fuse. I'm going to leave it for last, because if I leave it for last, then the zombies that are next to the fuse box that we put all the fuses to will have their hitboxes active, but they will not aggro like they will when you drag all the fuses to the box. So it allows you to take them out before putting in the last fuse. A lot easier to deal with. We have no choice but to stun this Hunter Gamma over here. That's what that last flame round is for. Because if we don't stun it, then the Hunter Gamma will swallow us whole during these two explosion sequences where you are forced to be stunned.
A dead end. No, wait.
Decapitate that zombie there and head right through here. I only bother with lowering the elevator after I grab the fuse next to the Hunter Gamma coming up over here. There's another high-grade gunpowder to the left after we raise the elevator. I use that to mix some more magnum rounds. Once that one plops down, just head straight for the ladder. There is no point in shooting or otherwise dealing with any of the enemies here because there is nothing to be gained from inside that container. After that, we're going to pull this lever and grab the final shotgun upgrade. Then we're just going to walk right up the stairs. There's no reason to send the elevator back up. We'd just be waiting. We'll do a focus shot on the palehead in the back because he's not aggroed yet. The 2 shotgun shells on these guys. That that shell rack that we put on the shotgun is actually going to allow us to reload 2 shells at a time.
Once we go in here, we're going to take this other fuse, and the hunter is going to spawn. In Nightmare and Inferno, the hunter spawns after you grab the fuse. And if you run straight towards the ladder, then he always jumps on the box to like do his little stupid iframe bullshit. So we use that to our advantage to just get around him. Like he always does that 100% of the time. You don't ever have to shoot him. Just go straight from the fuse box to the ladder. But hug the box that he jumps on anyway, so that we can bait him into jumping on top of it. He just wastes a lot of time like an idiot. We'll decapitate these other zombies. Like I said earlier, they will not get up, but you can actually kill them before grabbing the third fuse. They only get up when you grab the third fuse, which is why I left this fuse over here, the easiest to grab one, for last.
Right, here goes. He got away. What was he doing in here?
The final upgrade for the Magnum. Then we'll initiate this cutscene.
Joe.
Tyrell.
I got through. They're willing to negotiate. They'll call off the strike if, and this is one big-ass if, we can deliver the vaccine to them before they launch.
How long do we have?
Hours, maybe.
Then let's not waste one more second.
We'll find the vaccine up ahead.
Sure you don't need to stop?
What? I got your back.
All right, let's get this done.
So in the save room here, there's no typewriter. There is some high grade over here, though. To the left, we're going to decapitate this zombie because she is going to get directly in our way while we are trying to decapitate this guy. Fortunately, it didn't really take any focus shots in order to take him down. Not entirely sure why, but usually I have to do a full-on focus shot, but I think focus shots are only necessary at range.
What have we here?
Override key removed.
We're basically saving the acid rounds and the mine thrower rounds specifically for the hunter. For like the 5 hunters that we have to fight in a bit.
Override complete.
And the Magnum is for all the tentacle zombies and the pale heads in this area.
I might be able to use this to synthesize the vaccine.
I move into this room for a moment in order to de-aggro the rest of the pale heads that I left alive. Really, this one. Yeah, see, that's the main reason that I don't like fighting these pale heads, is just because they like fucking wiggle around a lot when you're trying to give them the old kapowie. Yeah, this guy's getting up. Give him the old kapowie as well. Got our 2 acid rounds, and then we're going to mix this other gunpowder B with the gunpowder B we already have in our inventory. So we need the acid rounds in order to stun the hunters, and the mine thrower rounds in order to kill them.
This must be what powers it.
I apologize. I keep calling them mine thrower rounds because I'm too used to playing Resident Evil 3 Classic. Because that's where they were, is it was a mine thrower in the original game. Like, it was his own dedicated weapon. And they're just like mine darts in this one. We're gonna mix up the rest of these explosive powders in order to get what few grenades we can. Gonna focus shot this guy, and the parasite zombies don't aggro onto you immediately. That one aggro's towards you, but if you're fast enough, you can decapitate it without having to worry about it. We'll combine the explosive A and the explosive B. I love how popular Mega Man toys are in the Resident Evil reboot universe.
This looks like it might be
The bad box art Mega Man toys. Alright, so 4 acid rounds. We're going to try to catch these first 2 hunters with 1 acid round. We got to wait for the second hunter to come around because the first hunter is just screaming and being an idiot. A single mine thrower round is going to be enough between these two in order to take them out because the acid will finish them off and the mine will reduce their HP. We're going to try to catch 2 more of these guys. That guy didn't stun quite so well, so I had to use another mine in order to get rid of him. Or acid round in order to get him properly stunned. Taking advantage of weapon swapping. Sometimes I press the button a little too much, but every time you cycle your grenades, always swap your weapons so that we can avoid the stupid long grenade reloading animation. It's like Jill will reload 6 grenades even if she doesn't have 6 grenades to reload. It's pretty awful. So if the game is going to cheese you out of time that you could be spending shooting enemies, we need to cheese it right back. By taking advantage of the lack of quality assurance
Place the materials in the chamber. Start the foraging vaccine.
Yes.
Synthesis complete. Please remove the vaccine canister.
Only a little bit of preparation needs to be made for the acid Nemesis fight. Grab a little bit of high-grade gunpowder, combine that. Could always use a little bit more Magnum rounds
What is this place?
for dealing with pale heads, just in case. But actually, I saved them for the final Nemesis fight because the Magnum will destroy a pustule in one shot. Before we move on, grabbing the rest of these explosive rounds. Then we're going to load the flame rounds into the grenade launcher. Have flame rounds ready at the start of the fight.
Nikolai, don't! The city needs that vaccine!
More than I do. I don't think the wisdom I've been trying to impart on you is getting through. Now I know you can't put a price on life. But I'm in this business to get paid. So let's make a deal. You go down there, battle the Nemesis, and I'll record it all and sell the combat art. Put on a good show, and maybe I don't need the vaccine. Agreed? Good.
So the general rule for causing damage to Nemesis here, once again, is while Nemesis is not on fire, he will take stun from flame grenades, but if he's already on fire, then he is not going to take any stun. So we have to run all the way back this way in order to get the shells. Basically, literally directly across from where you start the fight, there's going to be some shotgun shells. So after 2 flame rounds and, I don't know, 10 shotgun shells or something like that.
You?
Carlos?
You're okay. Let me spot for you.
Good idea.
He'll get down to 80% HP.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire a flame round, swap to grenade rounds, or explosive rounds rather, and go flame round, grenade round, grenade round. And he's going to slowly turn towards Jill's subjective left. The idea is to keep him burning and keep him stun locked long enough. Of course, because we're playing on a high DA level, he's going to take a while. And he managed to slip out of my grasp. When he does that, we gotta deal with more of these fucking zombies over here. We don't want to use too many flame rounds or go too early or anything like that because we want to be able to stagger him out. There's not enough time to quote-unquote rip that fucker apart, so we're just going to use this time to kill the zombies instead and queue up our flame rounds for when Nemesis finally decides to charge instead of pussyfooting around on the other side of the arena. Let him charge the zombies. But like once he gets back to us, we're just going to go flame round, grenade round, grenade round. If he slips out again, just repeat the same thing. Decapitate the zombies. Let Carlos take care of everything.
I got this. Not what I intended to hit.
But in general, when he's down, we got to try to keep him stun locked. But we don't want to go too ham on it because of how little ammo we actually have. Carlos has to eventually do a lot of damage to the boss himself. But I imagine I could have squeezed in like a shotgun shell here and there. Caveat is that there's still zombies on the field though. We want to be able to save some explosive rounds for safety. At this point, I'm starting to notice how few grenade rounds I have left, so I decided to let him go so I could let Carlos do a little bit more damage to him, and then that way I could just cycle between keeping him stunned. But eventually Nemesis has to do the behind you thing. It's like whenever you hear Carlos scream behind you, then you have to dodge immediately, because if you don't, the Nemesis will land right on top of you and kill you. Overall, you have to get a little lucky during this fight on DA-19.
Here comes a crane. Use it to climb up.
Come on. Come on.
Jill, get back! Now get on! I'm gonna melt this fucker into mush. Okay, I'll meet you up ahead.
Nikolai, where did you go?
I like to use my last save over here
I have to get that vaccine back.
because you will die so many times during this fight. And I also only keep, like this is about as much ammo as you need. It's just like 8 Magnum rounds and like 50 handgun bullets. You don't really need anything else. Because I go for the 2-cycle strat when playing on Inferno. So this is about as much preparation as you need and pretty much all you can prepare for.
It's done. Give me the vaccine, you greedy son of a bitch.
No. You print money. I like that. We shall make ours an ongoing arrangement. Now drop the gun! Have you ever seen anything so incredible? The data on this would be worth millions. But, you know how it is. City's about to explode, and you can't put a price on life. Good luck!
Nikolai!
Jill!
Go after Nikolai! He's got the vaccine!
What about you?
We're running out of time. I've got this.
I know you do.
Look, just so you know, this is the last fucking time.
So as far as I'm aware, there is no real consistent way to do this fight. There is a little bit of strategy to make it take less time. And generally, if you do the strat that takes less time, you're going to have a higher level of success. But it's pretty much this fight and the Acid Nemesis fight that prevent me from actually being able to solidly complete a no save, no damage run. I highly doubt that I'm actually going to be able to complete said no damage run. So what we do is as soon as the fight starts, he's going to fucking do his doggy paddle if I strafe left. Sometimes he might do slams. But he's also a little more likely to do his sweeps if we go to the left as well. In phase 1, he is more likely to do his alternating slaps whenever he is done with his sweeping. And what we have to do is we have to be right next to the battery as soon as we pop the last pustule so that we can tap F immediately as soon as the pustule is popped. And then we dodge in and push the second battery here as well. While he's getting back up, he can actually try to grab you to initiate his one-hit kill, and you have to kind of get out of there like at the very last moment. But as soon as he's done grabbing, we got to watch for other attacks. Whenever he does his alternating slams, the middle slam is going to be slightly delayed. Acid is splashing over me, but it's only stunning me. It's only when Jill like waves her arm around that she actually takes damage. But I usually like to save the Magnum for the second phase because then that way I don't have to worry about being body blocked by the arms because the Magnum will just pierce through everything. The Magnum is ideal for this fight. But yeah, doing this in 2 cycles kills Nemesis. Like just makes it a lot more successful, so to speak. But really all you can do is improve your chances. You can't really do a no damage on this fight consistently, especially when he has like his 5 to 8 slams where he just like delays a hit and just totally tricks out your rhythm.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
It's like not even human error at that point. It's just taking advantage of reflexes that no human actually has.
Good riddance.
I agree, Jill. This boss is fucking dumb. And I hope that there is never another one like it in another Resident Evil game. So at the end of this, all we have to do is just make sure that we don't miss the dick shot. We can't miss the dick shot. And for the record, it took me like 3 hours to do this fucking boss fight. I don't know how anyone gets this fight consistent at all.
We're not going to stop. Promised you this, didn't I?
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
No. Don't care. My client ordered me to reduce Umbrella to rub.
10 minutes until missile
Ah.
impact.
The missile has launched. And that is my cue. Goodbye, Miss Valentine. Shame you didn't listen to me when you had the chance.
Jill! Shoot him!
I can't! I'll hit you!
Do it! You have to! There's no other way.
And dick shot.
Carlos!
Hey, I told you I couldn't leave you in a Carlos's world. That would just be too cruel. What about him?
Why'd you do it?
There's a price tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Who are you working for?
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here. I'll pay you whatever you want. You're a fool. You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
I don't mind a little detective work.
Jill, you all right?
There it is.
Finally over.
So long, RC.
I felt empty and cold as the heat from the blast washed over us. All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed. I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.